Hi HCG family, this is Jen, and today I'm pretty excited because this would be my second week of making vlogs. So I thought I would share with you guys one of my favorite recipes that's helped me a lot during my journey. And it's Asian inspired. It's sort of like an Egg Foo Young, except for it has P2 friendly veggies in it. I do mix my vegetables, so just to keep that in mind for you guys who don't do that. This might not be for you, but it might be if you just use like the spinach and the eggs. But I use a couple other things. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm doing tonight. Here I have egg substitute, which I just use the Kirkland brand, but I'm sure any of them would do fine. It's just a plain egg substitute, just like an egg beater. Okay, so we got that. And then I'm going to use some cooked chicken. This is 28 grams, or about a half a cup of cooked chicken. Put that in there to my eggs. Then we have, let's see, I've got 1/3 cup of frozen spinach, but the frozen spinach you want to make sure after you thaw it out to drain out the water really good. And let's see the grams on that. I'd have to look here. I wrote some of this down. About 60 grams of frozen spinach, or about 1/3 cup. Okay, and then I use some green onions, and this was about 2 green onions. And that's 17 grams of that. Okay, so go ahead and mix that up there for you. Okay, you can see that. I'm going to go ahead and add in some seasoning. I'm going to do about, now if you're not, you know, this might seem like a lot of garlic to some, so you might want to use a little less. Do a half a teaspoon of minced garlic. And I'm going to do some ginger. Now I like this ginger because it's fresh ginger in a tube. Found it in the refrigerator section, like by your produce, and that's where I found it. And you know, about, give or take, half a teaspoon, maybe a little less, so it's not too strong. And one thing about this diet is everybody's palate is so different, but this tastes good to me, so hopefully you'll like it. I'm also going to put in there some Liquid Aminos, and I'll go ahead and do half a teaspoon of that as well. Okay. Then a little bit of Himalayan salt. And you can just season that to how much you think would work for you. A little bit of fresh pepper. Alright. To get that all combined really good, you really want to stir around that ginger and of course the garlic. Now if you have a really good non-stick pan, or maybe one of those ceramic pans, you wouldn't need any oil. I'm sure you guys are used to not using oil. I did use just a little bit of the refined coconut oil because I don't want my meal to taste like coconut tonight. So that's why I use that. I just use a little. You can see that on my frying pan here. Go ahead and make some patties. This is real nice, especially on one of those days where you just feel like you know, you're very hungry or whatever. You just feel like you want to sit down and have a little bit more of a substantial meal. Alright, let's let those cook. Okay. Now sometimes, if I don't want to use all the separate ingredients, I did find this, but I didn't use it in today's recipe, but this is toasted sesame ginger seasoning. So you might be able to find this in your grocery store, and it has sesame seeds and some black sesame seeds, regular sesame seeds, ginger, sea salt, red pepper, and it does a little sesame oil. So, you know, maybe that'd be better for you on P3, but I do use this on P2 occasionally. And then, while that's cooking, hopefully this is going to work okay. I bought this little countertop unit in hopes I'll be able to show you guys some things I like to make. So hopefully it works. Alright, on this side, I have one of the large, it was about this big, the real skinny, large, seedless cucumbers, English cucumbers. And that measured at 400 grams, which would be 40 calories. And to that I just sprinkled on some garlic and herb Mrs. Dash. Okay, I put a little bit of liquid aminos on there. And you know, you can always throw a little bit of ginger in there if you want to carry over the whole Asian feel. and of course the salt and pepper. But I do cook my cucumbers. Now, these ones have been, kind of got them started before I started making, but you can see that is substantially a decent amount of cucumbers, and that's just one. So, and I take out the center. I do take out the center, kind of go along, and I put those in a separate bowl. And if I don't eat these tonight, I can always eat those later, but I put a little bit of dill and salt and pepper, and sometimes I put a little vinegar on those. We'll see if I'll eat them not. I'm not sure how. I'll probably be pretty satisfied by the time I get to those. But if I do want to eat them, I got them there. All together, this whole meal, I'll tell you what I figured out the calorie count to be. Let's see if I can get these to flip okay. That one looks really good. That browned up nice. I think you guys will probably have better luck doing this on a regular stove because you're going to have a better heat than I'm getting with this. But you'll get the general idea that what I'm getting with this little unit I bought. And especially nice if they can brown up. Sometimes after I make them too, I'll just, if they don't taste like I put enough seasoning in them, I'll just put a little bit more of the Braggs on top. Or I think tonight, let me grab something here. I was going to try just a little bit of this wasabi mustard that I found, because I thought that would be a nice addition to my meal. Alright, let's see how these are looking. Now this one browned up really nice. You can see that. And I'm going to plate this real quick so you guys can see what it looks like. You do want to make sure you cook those all the way through. Alright. So, go ahead and put my cucumbers there. I love how that one turned out. Yum. Let's see if I can get this to brown up a little bit more. Since I still need to get somebody in my house to help me with editing, I don't have that, unfortunately. Or else I would just be like, okay, here's the final product. But you guys get the idea. Alright. Here we go. There's 4. Yes, my friends. Oops, lost a little bit there. That makes number 5. Now ideally I would make them more where they brown up like this. Okay, but that shows you I've got 5 nice patties there. My cucumbers, it reminds me of an Egg Foo Young, and my extra cucumbers if I decide to eat them, and all together that works out to be 123 calories. And I'll put down below what exactly I used and the information down so you can know the calories. And I think that was about it for today. And again, I did use my digital scale, which really helps. And you know, I went ahead and looked up all the conversions of how many calories are in per gram of the food I was cooking tonight. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this. Hope I gave somebody out there a new idea. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!